Look at that. How you doing
Good
today,
as
cuz?
always. I know
It
we need to
is.
chat a little bit, but
It's good to see you. I'm feeling a little bare. I don't have my lipstick today. You try to put on the stage makeup. You try to put on, hey, Chris, thanks for joining. These are so much fun. I know we had to take a couple weeks off for various medical reasons for both of us, but it's nice to be back. Dan, do you want to read our live question of the day?
let's begin.
Okay.
This question is titled Late Luncher.
Okay.
One of my friends who lives out of state recently came to visit her family so they could meet her new baby. She is staying with her parents, who live about an hour away from me. She invited me and a couple of other friends to lunch while she was in town so we could catch up. Because we all live pretty far from her parents, and because she has a new baby, we all agreed to travel to her and meet at a cafe about 45 minutes away from where I live. However, on my way over, I got stuck in terrible traffic due to a multi car pileup on the freeway,
Oh no.
as did another friend who took the same route. And it took us 2 hours to reach lunch, making us over an hour late. I was sending my ETA updates along the way, but there wasn't much else I could do. By the time we arrived, the friend who had invited everyone and another woman had already ordered and were almost finished with their food. It made me feel like they were only there to eat, and the company was secondary. Now, I understand we were late, but I wish they had only ordered appetizers and then waited to order entrees with everyone at the table. I also understand she had a baby to get back to, but that situation rubbed me the wrong way, considering how far I traveled, and my lateness was out of my control. What would have been the proper thing to do in that situation? Anonymous.
Oh, anonymous. I'm sorry that this was the situation you ended up in. That is a really tough one. Dan, I feel like Anonymous handled it well in terms of sending the ETA updates. The closest you can get to maybe getting things to go your way in this situation might have been to, with one of those ETA updates, say, please go ahead, order something to start, and we will be there soon. But your group also might have been looking at those ETA updates and seeing that you were going to be an hour late, and then especially new mom feeling pressed on the time, they made the call to order the lunch. And I both feel badly that this is what happened, given so much all the time and effort you put into getting there, and I don't find it totally unreasonable. I like the idea of order the appetizers, see how long you could make some like shared food last. I think that a group sitting at a table, like if you're in that position, listen to this reaction and consider doing that so that you could all eat the lunch together. But I also understand time was of the essence here a little bit, and I could see how this particular situation could unfold. How about you, cuz you've been a new parent. You've been visiting new parents. What do you think?
Well, like you, I'm sympathetic. It's an awkward situation. It's a tough
Yeah,
situation. Due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, what is it, exigent circumstances or something like that, that
there you go.
you were delayed by more
Yeah.
than an hour. And now we're talking about being late. And the way the question is phrased, what would have been the proper thing to do in that situation? I have two answers because I'm
Yeah, what
thinking
do we
about
got?
two sides of the equation. I think that for the side of the equation of the person who's unfortunately delayed, you did exactly the right thing. You contact your host, you let them know as soon as possible, and then you keep that communication open. So you get them as much information as you possibly can so that they're informed and they know what to expect. They're not thinking you just blew it off or you're just not showing up. By the time you're an
Right.
hour late, by the time you're 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, a half hour late, I'm starting to think that something went seriously wrong. I'm either concerned about you or I'm concerned that I've gotten the date and time and the invitation wrong. So on the I'm late side, I would say good etiquette. On the other side of the equation,
The waiting side.
pretty good etiquette. I think
Yeah.
that if you're talking about over an hour delay on a meal that other people are also waiting on, I think it's reasonable that you start to proceed. I liked your idea of a stage proceeding, maybe order some appetizers, something to hold you over. But as you start to tick past 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, that's a long time to wait. And there's no guarantee that highway, that freeway pileup is going to be cleared. There's no way to determine exactly when you're going to be there. Frankly, if they're even going to be able to wait the entire time till you arrive, it would
Right.
clearly be nice to communicate if plans were going to change. You were going to decide to do it some other time or cancel because people were so late that it wasn't going to work with the rest of what people had scheduled for that day.
Yeah.
I think the hard part here is being understanding and patient on both sides of the equation. That this was
Yeah.
something that was out of everyone's control. It is unfortunate, and it did disrupt what would have been a really nice plan where people had made accommodations for each other.
Yeah.
But that being the case, I think how you handle it well, how you give each other some generosity and
Grace.
some latitude and some grace in that moment is really where good etiquette becomes excellent etiquette.
I think so too. I'm a little bit curious, and I can't remember if we read it in the question or not, but what happened once you arrived? Were you able to order a lunch and everyone who was already finished eating stayed and ate with you? Or did mom to be have to go? Was there any chance to ask mom to be if you could go back to the house with her, meet the baby, things like that? I'm just wondering if there was any option, knowing that the time together had also been squeaked to a small amount of time together. Was there a chance to make that trip? I don't want to say it wasn't worthwhile because you did make it there and you did get to see these folks, but to be able to really make it worth your while by getting a little extended time, maybe going back home with the mom or talking with her about meeting up a little later, you staying in the area, that sort of thing. Sometimes that's possible. Sometimes it's not with your schedule. You were already pushing a 2 hour, what was supposed to be 45 minutes and was now a 2 hour delay, which could have impacted your own schedule on the other side of the lunch. So it might not have worked out for either parties. But if there's an option, I think it's always okay to ask, oh, can we extend this? Can people stay longer? Or I understand if people have to go, but for anyone who could stay, I would love to stay and chat after that long drive. But I do think it's important to not to in the moment to and this is a hard one, but to not make any comments on the situation like, "Oh my gosh, wow, you guys have already finished lunch." You know what I mean? Like something like that when you arrive. I think you do, even though you're disappointed by the way they decided to order. I would still say, "Oh, I'm so glad I could get here, and I'm so sorry that I'm late," even though it's not your fault. I think still like acknowledging that you're sorry for it because you wish you could have been here for the whole thing. That it's not like blame on you. It's regret sorry. It's not blame sorry.
I
Michael
think
S.
that's
Hi.
such a good point, Lizzie Post. And I would say the same applies in the same way we answered for both sides of the equation. I think that
Mm,
caution applies to both sides of the equation. If you're the
don't
one
blame
sitting
someone for
there,
being late.
oh, nice of you to finally join us, or
Wouldn't that
something
be
just like
awful?
that.
Yeah.
You keep the commentary to yourself, even if that little voice that's not always our best self is just
Yeah.
rearing its head and peeking up above the horizon.
Anonymous, we hope that you and your friend get some special time together in the coming weeks or in the future. It is such a special time when a friend has a new baby, and it's fun to get to share those moments with that tiny, tiny little one. Dan, I remember when some of yours were just little wee big things, and it was so cute getting to spend time with them then. So I'm hoping you all get to move forward from this situation and spend some real quality time together in the future. Thank you so much for the question. We hope our answer helps for next time.
Yay. Working with
Yay!
us.
Oh, there's Sunny in the background.
Michael, Chris, thank you so much for jumping on and doing a little live chat with us. It's so good to see some of the audience here.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Have an awesome weekend.